understand? Which is also the same man that gave us this image right here. You understand? Y'all know the color of Christ? What color is Christ? Black. All praise. Now I'm going to prove it in the Bible. Let's go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. Because we was given this in slavery. This was beaten to our minds. You understand? Which is the same reason why we celebrate all these holidays. Which is the same reason why we dress the way we dress. Why we eat the foods that we eat, such as pork. You understand? Shrimp, crab, lobster. We're not supposed to eat those things. But we learned that from our oppressors. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Verse 1.
Verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Right. So the Bible says the revelation of Jesus Christ. Revelation meaning revealing. The revealing of Jesus Christ. We're going to show you what he looked like. Read.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Right. So jump down to verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right, so the Bible says, and I want y'all to pay attention. The Bible says that the head of Christ's hair was white and woolly. Which one of these have white hair? Which one of these? Point to it. They got white hair, right? And which one is woolly? Woolly. You got woolly hair, like a sheep hair. You got woolly hair. You got woolly hair. We all got woolly hair, black people. So, guess what? That's strike one against this man right here. The Bible says that Christ had white woolly hair. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
The Bible says that Christ's eyes will be as a flame of fire, meaning red. Which one of these has red eyes? Right. Christ has red eyes, the true image of Christ. They gave us the image with a white man who has blue, stringy hair and blue eyes. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So it says his feet was like unto fine brass. Brass is what color? What color is brass? Like a penny. Brown. But if you burn it, read it again.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass, as if what?
As if they burned in a furnace.
So if you burn anything, what color is going to be? It's going to be black. Christ was a black man. The prophets were black men. Give me that real quick. Solomon, songs, give me one of them. You understand? Because we've been taught that, guess what? Everybody in the Bible was so-called white men and white women, but guess what? They were black. That's why we don't like to read the Bible, because we don't think that it identifies with us. But this is our history book. You understand? This is our photo album. Anytime you read about people in the Bible, you should think about yourself. You understand? Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Verse 2, Judah mourneth.
So Judah is one of the tribes of the children of Israel. The Bible says Judah mourneth. When it mourn means to cry and to weep. You understand why? Because you're in destruction. Judah mourneth. The tribe of Judah is mourning. When you look around the city where we at today, why are we mourning? Because we're getting shot down in the street. We mourning because we live in drug-infested neighborhoods. Our people getting drunk. You understand? Huh? Funerals every day, you understand? So why are we mourning? Because we're in captivity. You understand? So Judah mourneth. Read.
And the gates thereof languish.
And the Bible says the gates thereof languish. The leaders that we're supposed to have, we don't have them. You understand? We don't have true leaders that we can look up to in the community. You understand? That's why the prophets are standing up now. Right. The Bible said, who gonna stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? That's supposed to be us. And we're supposed to teach you so you can rise up and teach your people so you can be a leader in the community. You understand? The only way to be a true leader is by teaching the commandments of God. And by being an example, by doing the commandments of God. You understand? Read.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So the gates languish. We don't have true leaders. You understand? We can't. Social media tells us that, guess what? We're supposed to look to entertainers. We are the only race of people that looks at entertainers as leaders in the community. You understand? Read.
They are black unto the ground.
These same people, God said that they are black unto the ground. You understand? So guess what? The tribe of Judah is black. You understand? That's who we are. The so-called blacks and Hispanics. Read.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
Right, give me another one. Give me Song of Solomon 1 and 5 real quick. I'm going to show you. Because all the images in the... give me First Maccabees 2. Give me Song of Solomon. And then get First Maccabees 1 and 48. 3 and 48. Read.
The book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. I am black,
The Bible says that Song of Solomon says he was black. But when you look up Solomon on Google, it's going to show you a white man. That means that, guess what? They lied to you on purpose to keep you away from the Bible, to keep you away from knowing who you are. Why would you hide my nationality from me? You understand? Why? Because they know that the Lord is only dealing with the children of Israel. Why would somebody go so far to hide it and to steal your nationality? They call it, the people over there on the West End in Delmar, they call themselves Jewish, right? You heard the Jewish people, right? The suffix ish means pertaining to or to be alike. They're not the real Jews. We are. I'm going to read that in the Bible. Read.
I am black.
So Solomon said, I am black. Read.
But comely.
But comely, meaning handsome or beautiful. Who says I'm black and I'm beautiful? We do. Solomon says, I'm black. Read.
But comely are ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Meaning he was super dark. Go to 1 Maccabees 3 and 48. I'm going to show you what happened. Read this. 1 Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. We got to understand that our history was rewritten and it was given to us by our oppressors. You understand? But guess what? The Bible has never changed. The Bible has always said what it's saying right now. We just able to read now. In slavery, we wasn't allowed to read. If they caught us reading, what they do? They cut our hands off. You understand? Read. Or they killed us. Read.
The book of 1 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48. I laid open the book
And laid.
and laid open the book of the law.
Right. So what did our enemies do? They laid open the book of the law, the Bible. Read.
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
What did God call them? Read it again.
Wherein the heathen,
It said, wherein the heathen, talking about all the other nations, particularly the white man, the Greek, read,
had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
it said that they sought to paint the likeness of their images. Go to Job chapter 9 verse 24. So what does that mean? That means that they changed the color from Christ being black to Christ being white. And that's what this is right here. It's called iconoclasm. When they changed the images of our forefathers. Look at that. He was black at first. They made him white. You see that? That's called iconoclasm. They changed our images. You understand? Read.
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So I want you to see some, Cortez. The Bible says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You understand? So there's a wicked people that rule today, that rule this earth right now. Read.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
So one of our judges is Christ. The Bible says that he covered the face of Christ and changed it. So who did that? What race of people did that? He right here. The so-called white man. The so-called white man covered the faces of the judges. Read.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
The Bible says, if not, where and who is he? So I want you to go to First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Because guess what? Everything in this world is used to deceive you and to keep you from knowing who you are and what you got to do to get the kingdom of heaven. You understand? So guess what? How will they try to keep you from knowing who you are and try to keep you from not keeping God's commandments? Through evil communication. Social media, the music we listen to. You understand? So you, as a young brother, how old are you? 13, 14? 14 years old? You got to make sure that your mind is not corrupted with, guess what, Lil Baby, Da Baby, Lil Durk. Because they not teaching you who you are according to the Bible. They not teaching you how to get salvation. You understand? Because Christ is coming back. That's a black man right there. If that was my daddy, which it is, you understand? I don't want to be there when punishment is coming down. He look like he gonna whoop he look like he gonna kill you. You understand? You don't want punishment from that man right there. He ain't gonna do nothing. You understand? Read.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
Go to good. Read that again though.
Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
It says evil communication corrupt good manners. You're learning what good is today. You're learning that, guess what? You're the greatest people to ever walk the face of the earth. You're learning that you're an Israelite according to the Bible. Now guess what? Now that you have to start keeping God's commandments, because that's what shows you as being a true man. You have to start putting fringes on. You understand? You got to start keeping the Sabbath. You understand? Your whole family. Read.
The book of Romans chapter 7. The book of Romans chapter 7 verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
The Bible says that the law is holy and the commandment holy and just and good. So when you keep the commandments, you're found holy. You understand? But when you go outside of that, that's when you're going into the other part. You understand? But guess what? The Bible, going back to evil communication, everything you're learning right now, your friends at school, they're going to tell you, oh man, that's BS, man. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, slavery, that's old. But this your history. This how you know who you are, by your history. What you got, sis? You got a question? You ain't got no question? All right, go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6 real quick. Because I want y'all to know that, guess what? The only way that we supposed to be above all nations is by keeping God's commandments. Every time we go away from that, we go in captivity. You understand? This happened to us because we broke God's commandments. You got to understand something. The Lord allowed us to be whipped, burned alive. Kids was eaten by alligators. Could you imagine being eaten by an alligator right now? And imagine that the Lord did that to you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't allow our enemies to come against us just because. It's because we broke his commandments. So now it's time for us to come back to that. You understand? So what's your name, sis? Keisha? These your kids, right? All right. So that means you got to teach them. You understand? And that means that you have to be that example as well. You know what I'm saying? Read this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6.
Social media ain't going to tell you this. Social media ain't going to show you this. I'm going to show you something. Read.
For thou art holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So Moses is speaking to the Israelites about what God said about the Israelites. Read it again.
For thou art a holy people.
The Bible says, for thou art an holy people. Holy means to be separate. How did God separate us from every other nation? Because he gave us his laws, statutes, and commandments. The laws in the Bible period wasn't given to every race. It was only given to the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? Read.
For thou art holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
He said, the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Those are all possessive words. The Lord ain't speaking about everybody. God don't love everybody. You understand? God only loved the Israelites. Read.
To be a special.
That's why he punishing only the Israelites. You don't see every race at the bottom of society. You don't see Chinese people getting shot down in the middle of the street. You don't see Arabs getting shot down in the middle of the street. You don't see them selling drugs to each other on a large scale. That only happens in our communities. Why? Because the Lord is punishing us. These your kids. So if they get out of line, you gonna punish them. You ain't gonna be expecting nobody else to do it because you told them what to do and what not to do. Same thing with God. You understand? Read.
God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
See, it's hard for us to imagine ourselves. The Lord said we're supposed to be above all nations. We ain't supposed to be looking to nobody for no job. We ain't supposed to be working. We ain't supposed to be paying bills. We ain't supposed to be paying taxes. The Lord said we're supposed to be above. We're supposed to rule the whole planet Earth. The whole earth. Not just one neighborhood. You understand? We over here arguing about what blocks we own or what blocks we claim. Because we don't own nothing on them. But we'll kill our brother for a house that we renting. You understand? We don't own no community. But the Lord said that we're supposed to be above all nations. So if we're at the bottom right now, how do we get there? By keeping the commandments of God. That's right. You understand? That's the only way. Give me Deuteronomy 20:25. I'm going to give you a law, sis. What's your name again? Keisha? I'm Uriah. I want you to pay attention. You know this already? So you know you're Israelite? All right, so guess what? I'm going to read it again, even though you know, but I'm going to show you something real quick. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5.
We need the laws. You understand? We need repetition. You understand? You got to tell you, I got kids too. You got to tell them over and over the same thing. So guess what? God got to do the same thing with us. He got to continually tell us, guess what? Women, you got to wear a dress. Men, you got to wear pants. Women, you got to submit to your husband. It's said multiple times in the Bible. You understand? Read.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So guess what? The Bible says that the woman is not supposed to wear what pertains to men. Right? Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. Today, Cortez, you see men wearing women's garments, wearing dresses, right? That's against God. What does God say about that? Read.
For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
If you see anybody cross-dressing, meaning if you see a woman in pants, and if you see a man in a dress, God says that it is an abomination. It's a filthy, disgusting thing. Give me the judgment, Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 8. Do you think God will judge you for wearing pants when he told you to wear a dress? You think so? You look like, yeah, I know he will. So why still wear pants? You understand? Because you don't believe it. You say it, but you don't believe it. Okay, all praise. You got to have it on every day. You understand? Every day. It's going to be that one day you ain't got it on. Christ going to crack that sky. Read.
The book of Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
The Lord said he going to punish the Israelites and all such that are clothed with strange apparel. You understand? So if you telling your daughter that she got to wear a dress, but she see mommy with pants on, she not going to do what you say. You understand? You got to be the example first. Because if not, the Lord is going to punish you and your children.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the